I've not met you.
He's Eric Breen.
Hi, Eric. Nice to see you. You look like you got part of Master Splinter on your microphone.
Nice
to see you. I'm not sure which part. Maybe it's long and furry. I don't know what I want to do with that.
It's all gray. It's all the fitted part.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'm all great too.
We get the fur brush and
Good.
you put on there.
This is my lovely wife, Kevin.
Yeah, yeah. It's legal, man.
Annie.
Oh, yeah. How you doing?
Oh, did you get an Annie this year? Were you
Nominated, but-
presenting or?
Nominated.
Oh, you're nominated.
Yeah,
Oh,
but the
good.
same person won.
Who's that?
Christine Shaw.
Who?
Christine Shaw.
From what show?
Mrs. Bosberg.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah. Anyway, so cameras. Anyway, so
Wait, can you, just for my editor, can you just lay in your name and role in the show?
Yeah, hi, Rob Paulson. I'm Donatello.
Kevin Michael Richardson Shredder.
Cool. So my first question is, how is this different from Turtles Forever, the upcoming special episode?
I didn't know about it.
I didn't know about Turtles Forever either.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
Well, it's kind of.
Is it like the one that was in 2000?
I think it's 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
And they go to different dimensions, different turtles.
Right. Well, I honestly, I wish I could tell you.
Is this Cyril and Brandon?
Yeah.
Did they
Did
do
Cyril and
this?
Brandon make one? I'm called Turtles
Did they do
Forever.
this?
Yeah, I think it was like.
Well, we have one coming up. Where it's a crossover episode where
Yeah.
The original Turtles meet the new Turtles. I am not familiar really with the
Okay.
Turtles Forever. I was in the original show, like when you
Yeah.
were probably maybe not even born, almost.
Oh no, I don't look my age.
Oh, well, I do.
Sorry. 36.
Okay, I know. So you were around, but
Wow, you were
and I remember that there were several iterations of Ninja Turtles that happened after we did the original one. One of which was Turtles Forever. I didn't see it, not because I didn't like it or anything like that. I'm not that jaded. I just like to work.
original voice actors from the 80s, but yeah,
No,
the
right, and
time
they were-
of the 2003 Turtles went back to the 80s.
Oh, is that what it was?
54, and then there was a bunch of other ones.
Oh yeah, there
The
were lots of
comic
them.
book, yeah.
There were the comic book. There were a couple of movies. There was the 2007 TMNT movie that I thought was really good. The one with Nolan North, I think, played Raphael in that one.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
General Aguila or something.
Yeah, it was a feature. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't see the 2003 one, and
No.
I'm not familiar with it, so sorry.
What's up, bro?
Sorry if we wasted the digital space. And anyway, yeah, we did some research on that.
These guys
And no, yeah.
And the Punisher is here too.
Sort of.
Oh,
I'm halfway there.
yeah, man.
As far as the for you to do this graph and stuff like that, how was the transition between old Raph and new Donatello? Was it hard? And for you, as taking on the Shredder from the original Shredder, how much did you bring in from the old one to your character, or if any at all?
Let me go first. Well, first of all, I can say categorically that hard is a relative term. A hard job is pouring hot tar on a freeway in August. That's a hard job. I chose to be an actor, right? So I'm very grateful to be here. The most difficult part of my job is getting to work. When you're working, with your friends, it's just pure joy. Doing stuff like this, you guys are nice enough to come talk to us. This is fantastic. The interesting thing for me was, as you had mentioned earlier, having been part of the original Ninja Turtles phenomenon, I knew that there were, 4 or 5 different iterations of the Turtles that had nothing to do with the original cast, and I was fine with that. I get that a producer wants to put their own stamp on it. So you can imagine when they called me to audition for the newest version of the Ninja Turtles, I said, I'm 50 plus years old. No offense, but you sure you want me to come in? I was there, and they said, it didn't occur to me that the people who are making the show are your age. So he said, no, we know that you were Raphael. We know that you were Pinky. We know that you were Yakko. We know all this stuff. We would, if you don't mind. And I said, of course I don't mind. So I got the job. The issue is not it being difficult. I'm an actor. So I didn't have to manipulate my voice. The best voice actors are just good, solid actors. It's not just about a funny or a different voice. It's about bringing a character to life in the context of the show. So the biggest compliment to me is that an audience can say, hey man, that guy was Raphael in the original Turtles, and now he's Donatello, and I buy him in either way. That means I'm doing my job.
Decades apart.
Yeah,
Which is
25
so cool.
years
Which is so
apart,
cool.
which is a remarkable thing for me. But if I'm doing my job, then my voice print can be similar, but the character is different, and the audience buys it. That's why, and I'm not comparing myself, but that's why we love guys like Jack Nicholson. Jack does his thing in everything he does, but it doesn't matter because he's a good actor and we buy him. You know what I mean? So I don't have to talk like this to change the character. And so that really was the biggest challenge, but it's a welcome one, certainly. Now, your turn.
Yeah, ditto.
Nice.
I really did not try to have anything really to do with James Avery's performances, and he was a friend. I respected him. He was an amazing man, incredible talent.
Yeah.
He was a stage actor,
Deeply trained actor.
amazing theatrical actor. So, when they mentioned that they wanted me to come in, I had no idea what I was going to do. So I came from the base, and Sarah Noonan, I believe, was one doing the casting at the time.
And by the way, if I could just for a second, I was already cast. They went through a lot of people before they came to Kevin.
Did they?
Oh yeah, they
Well,
did.
they never.
They did. No.
They
They were very. They really
Yeah.
wanted to get the nuance, and it didn't surprise me that Kevin got the job. He's remarkably
Rob.
gifted, but you should know that. No, they went through a lot of people.
Thank you.
A lot of celebrity talent.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me not being a celebrity, I just
I know, Ken. I know what you mean. Kenny, it's Kenny, right?
CeeLo.
CeeLo. Okay, yeah.
You might have heard one of my songs.
You're crazy.
Yeah, crazy. No. Anyway, I tried not to do a James Avery impersonation, and which is the most important things to come from your own, creative spaces as far as how you believe a character should be done, and that's what came out, and people seem to be very happy with it. There's some surprises. You're going to see some transitions as to where he goes, especially vocally. But I am not at the liberty to divulge that information right now. But I think you're going to get a kick out of it, But I just believe that the character should have been played hard, and in this series, he's played even harder,
Yeah,
tougher.
badass.
The blades are sharper, longer. I mean, he's got a vendetta.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Well, I think that's part of the things that you guys
You know.
are at the age where you would have been familiar with both types. And one of the things that I think Cyril and Brandon have really done on the show is they've really built kind of an homage to the original show to a large extent, but then updated it so that it can appeal to a pretty broad audience. Because there are some badass characters in the show that are a little frightening, but what I find going to a lot of events and speaking to a lot of folks is that we have a lot of people sort of your age, 30 to 35, who have children, and they are both invested in this particular franchise, and it is utterly remarkable how big this franchise is, and people and their adults and their children share it. We're going to get the 10 DVD collection of the original Ninja Turtles and watch it, and then Mom and I are going to watch the new show.
I can't walk through Rite Aid or a Target without seeing your face
Everywhere.
on underwear.
It's crazy. Well, that's my real face. I just do. Yeah. I put my 8x10 on
like
underwear.
toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's like
Everything.
it's like SpongeBob
It's
turtles.
crazy.
Like turtles, SpongeBob.
But
It's
the
like
depth of love for it
toothbrushes.
is
Anything,
intergenerational, across you know what I mean? You're right. It's nuts, and so
phenomenal.
to see that is basically then a testament to, I'm sorry, the guys that wrote the book.
Kevin.
Kevin and Eastman and Peter Laird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what a thing they've created, and it certainly has taken a life of
And
its
that was in
own.
the, 84?
Yeah.
84,
84.
something like that, yeah.
And we did the original show in 87.
Did you do the video game? By the way, the
I
one where
did.
you put the coin operator
No,
on?
not that one.
You
No,
didn't
I
do
did.
that?
There were a couple that we did, but I did not do that one.
I'm sorry. I
That
wish
big
you said.
handheld one.
Yeah.
I wish you said yes because.
Oh, my kid
in
used
my
to go
late
to-
20s,
Yeah.
driving, you're walking down the bodegas in New York City,
Yeah.
and I'd see one, and the girlfriend at the time was like, "Where are you going?" I go, "I'm just going to get something."
Scroll
and I did
game,
that.
right? Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
this-
man.
I was
Oh,
like,
listen.
I could not stop playing that game.
I was
You know.
hit at career day because my son was probably 7 or 8 when
goodness.
Turtles really hit. So, hey, Dad, it's bring your dad to work day and talk about your job.
Oh.
So what happened all the time was it's like,
my
okay, this is Johnny Frederickson's dad. He is an investment banker, and this is Lori Wilson's mother, and she is an attorney. This is Ash Paulson's dad. He's Raphael.
Oh my
Oh, it was
gosh.
so much fun for both of us. We had a blast, you know. So to get that kind of endorsement from you guys now
Yeah.
really legitimizes how
Yeah.
good the show is, and Brandon and Cyril have done a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mentioned to them before, it was just random occurrence that I was listening to my nephew, like, watch something, and it just came up, and I was like caught my eye, and I
Yeah.
was like, you know, because, you know, I'm like one of those fans that's like, I only like the old stuff. You
Sure,
know, that kind
I
of
understand
thing, you know?
that.
And then he was watching it, and it caught my eye, and I was like, all right, I like it. And then by the time I knew it, I'm
You're
like
hooked.
watching it with him. It's like, hey, we're watching Ninja Turtles, sweet. You know,
Yeah.
7-year-old.
Well,
It's
and
really
as
cool
I
to
said,
see.
everybody,
And for, if I may,
Yeah.
for Rob to transcend decades of doing the original to now, I mean, we look at him, we're like, man.
it's
you know,
cool, and it's a great thing for
he's
other actors to know
phenomenal
out
to
there.
watch.
We have a chance to talk to actors all the time, whether it's in circumstances like this or live things. And animation, video games, man, there are things coming when I'll be dead and gone that will be so. The platforms now. Netflix is spending $5 billion this year on new entertainment for nothing but Netflix. We both work on shows for DreamWorks that are specifically for Netflix, for all kinds of platforms. So the good news for actors, voiceover or otherwise, is that they're just going to be all this new technology that will need, you know, people to do it. And so I'm
Did you say $5 billion?
$5 billion. It takes him 2 years to make that much money.
Mother-
And so I just turned 60 years old. And there's
Does he look that?
But listen,
Does he
No,
look that?
no, but
it
what's
doesn't
cool-
sound it
Happy
either.
birthday,
But see, that's the
right?
point. That's the point. That's what's
Robbie.
cool is nobody cares.
Birthday.
These guys continue to hire me because it's about the character, and so it's not only great news for me, but it's wonderful for the audience because, like you said, my son was in the same circumstance. He said, "Oh, kind of reserved judgment," and then he saw 4 or 5 of them, and he called me and said, "This is fantastic."
The new one.
The new one.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So when you can do that and still pull up the same nostalgia vibe from you guys, but then hook them with the new technology, that's so cool, and that will continue to happen. It's pretty neat.
Well, before I get my questions, let you know there's a bar arcade in Silver Lake called Butt Masters that has original Ninja Turtles.
But? I'm sorry.
Button Masters.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Button
Little
Masters.
prison flashback there.
They call him, he's the real
I'm
Wizard
like,
of Oz.
Yeah, it's like, yo, butt masher. No, I'm sorry.
Button
I
Masters.
take that.
Cool. And they
Button
have an
Masters.
original TMNT.
Yeah, and they even have the 847
Where's-
player
where's-
X-Men.
where is that?
Silver Lake.
And it's had the old school.
With quarters and
games like
everything?
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta
Even
go
the,
down
I
there.
think it was a 7-player X-Men one. What was like the really big one too.
Whoa.
They have that too. So.
that? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Button
Take a
Masters. I
couple
love-
$100 in quarters,
I
man.
love old school. That was always my dream, was to
Yeah.
have a room in my house
With
with
a
all
video
the
game.
old school
Yeah.
games.
Oh, speaking of, they have the
Space
tappers,
Ace.
but the actual one they have is serving beer, not root beer.
What?
Yeah.
No kidding.
You remember Tapper?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is right up your alley, dude.
Thanks. You look at me, you're like,
Oh, well, you guys are the age group.
I'm like,
I'm the same way.
put down the Reds! you look at me like, yeah, you look at me like, he goes, I don't do that shit. You do that shit, right, Kevin? No, I love that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a big
so
gamer.
same.
But my wife, you know, she tries very hard to get
Oh,
me away
mine-
from my Xbox and my PS, you know, 3 and stuff like that. So,
So I want to talk through the recording process. You guys all recorded at the same time, right?
pretty much.
When we can, it's always
Okay.
preferable. Always.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're wrapping up. Last question. So was you guys all like separated? Were you like in the middle, or because you were both basically on both sides? You know.
What do you mean separate? I'm sorry.
Well, you had the original cast and the new cast.
Oh, together you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, we did do the old cast together, and then our new stuff together. So I would talk to myself, you know, as old Raph and new Donnie, and so that was pretty cool. But yeah, we would get Townsend Coleman and Barry Gordon
Oh, wow.
and Cam Clark together, which is always fun because when the 4 of us original guys are together, it's like getting the band together. And inevitably, if you tweet out a picture of us, people just freak. We're all a bunch of old white guys, and it's really very
Pat Fraley,
sweet.
too. Pat Fraley.
Fraley too. The
Pat
Krang.
Fraley was
Krang was
yeah.
there. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And when we can, it's always better to be together because when we work together, it just raises the bar. Everybody's
You guys got together at what? ToonCon, some of you were, right? Were you there?
What's that?
ToonCon? Were you at that one?
ToonCon?
No, some of the original voice actors.
Could have been. I know that we've done 2 or 3 cons together.
It's at Frankenstein's?
I didn't
Oh,
do.
that
Oh no,
place,
yeah,
yeah,
I know.
man,
I
I've
wasn't
seen
at
that
that
place,
one.
yeah.
We've done probably 3 or 4 together in Florida, Washington, Calgary, where we've had the original Turtles together, and it's phenomenal. People freak out. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Cool.
Got it?
I think we're
Thanks,
good.
you guys.
Thank you, sir.
I'd appreciate it. And you're the official Splinter, huh?
Unofficial, official, I don't know.
Dude, is the costume hot?
Look at his feet, even the feet, dude.
That's great. And by the way, I should have mentioned Hoon Lee, who plays Master Splinter,
Oh,
is
he's
just
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
phenomenal.
And amazing if you watch him on Banshee too.
Oh,
because
Banshee, and he just
he's
did a run
outstanding.
was it My Fair Lady? No.
And
Yeah.
Butterfly?
No, he was.
Okay,
what
good,
was he
thanks.
doing?
Is
at,
it pretty hot in that costume?
Oh no, The King and I. I'm
I'm
wrong.